There's nothing here. Nothing. But the wind. And, oh, shell bell. Hello and welcome to another episode of A Bright Side. Today we are exploring Chyverton, which is a nature reserve very close to Ventingimps. Like the name Ventingimps, don't you?
You've wanted to come to Ventingimps for a long time.
I have, because it sounds just... Ventingimps.
There's not a lot in Ventingimps, to be honest. But this is here.
Well, we've got this like little nature reserve, so...
we're going to go and have a look.
Yeah, excellent. And we might go, because, you know, your love of ice cream later on, we might check out Callestick. We have been to Callestick before, but we thought, heck it, maybe we get an ice cream, do the outro from there. What do you reckon?
I think that's a good idea.
All right, let's go check it out. Right, so basically, if you're unfamiliar with this place, which you probably are, Ventingimps is a little hamlet which is down that way. There's like a little, or it was like a little mill there. There's a little river that flows through the hamlet, and this basically what I showed a minute ago is a little desolate road. And I think if you continue in that direction, it would take you back to the A30. It's kind of in between.
You can get onto the A30 anymore with the new roadworks.
No, I was going to say the A30 is now open. It's been open for a couple of weeks, but I don't think you can access Ventingimps from there. And, whoa! Nearly stepped in some poo. So this nature reserve, it's owned by, is it Cornwall Wildlife Trust, isn't it? This place is quite well known or famous or whatever for Dorset Heath, apparently, which is quite a rare heath. Goodness! So we've stumbled. No, actually, I stumbled back there, but we've stumbled on this placard. It's quite hard to read. It's a little bit. It could do with a bit of a whoosh. But states here that Chyverton is a fine example of an environment that is increasingly threatened by modern agricultural practices. The reserve's flower-rich meadows, ancient Cornish hedgerows, and mixed woodland areas provide a variety of habitats for a diverse range of wildlife. And then there's some information here about Dorset Heath. Unimproved flower-rich grasslands are now very rare. During and following the two world wars, grassland decreased by an estimated 95% in the country, crikey. And this is reflected in Cornwall. These grasslands are managed as traditional hay meadows or pastures and hold a wide range of flowering plants, providing a valuable habitat for a range of species. Does look very nice.
So there also might be some wild ponies grazing in here. So
oh,
we obviously have to be very careful.
So yeah, we're obviously gonna keep the gate shut that we move through, and you know we're gonna stick to the paths. We're basically gonna stick to not the highway code, but the country code. Wait, I'm not through yet, my dove. Okay, we did it. There's a double gate, so it's like a little area there. I won't describe it as an airlock, but you know what I mean, because it's clearly not an airlock. What, are you laughing at me again?
Yeah.
Yes, I think you're right. I don't think you have got the best footwear on for this. Is it squishy? Oh, it's a bit squishy. Oh, no. No.
No.
Oh, dear. Maybe we'll go that way then. Very peaceful here. We haven't seen a single person. And, oh, I hear a car. I actually hear a car on that road, which we didn't pass, because what are we? Probably about a mile.
If you take the Nuki Road.
Yeah, I was going to say, what are we, like about a mile on, maybe half a mile on from Ventingimps?
Yeah, so if you take the Nuki Road and then take the second right-hand turn that's signposted Ventingimps, and then just follow the road.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was easy to get here, definitely easy to get here. You might have to jump that, or perhaps I could carry you.
I'll be fine.
Oh, a little leap there. Like you were like a leaping gazelle. Appears to be the remnant of a bird. These beautiful trees. There's not much of a breeze, which is nice. You can see some nice views out over there toward that hill with that on it. That's okay, beats a power station. I don't completely object to the windmill style structures that create energy. Ah, you might have to
Back out with this thing.
do you see that?
Yeah.
You might have to go across that.
That's good until you get to the end of it, and then what?
Jump and hope for the best. Yes, look at my balancing skills. I did it. I did it. And then my magnificent jump. Well, there's a tree stump here. Foot on there, foot on there. I'm just walking along like the roots. There we go. Use the force. Use the force, my Padawan.
Can't do it.
We must complete our mission of exploring this beautiful nature reserve. Yes. Okay. I think these are just like the dry runs. Something has gone wrong there. Maybe she's just catching her breath. Maybe she's come over wheezy. Okay, I don't know what's going on. What?
I'll wait in the car.
You're gonna wait in the car? Why don't you tightrope across this barbed fence?
No, that's not electrified.
No, it's not electrified.
Yeah, no, that ain't. That's the end of Shelley and Brian.
So that's the end of the video. Do you feel that we should come back with better footwear?
Yeah, another day.
Is this going to be a bit of a mission fail? Because we found it, but there is a footwear problem, isn't it? I think I'll let me just scoot up to that little corner and just see what's like around the bend, and then I'll come back to you, and then we will discuss the situation.
Okay.
Okay, yes, this is a little bit of a situation. Shelley has she's just waiting back there a minute. And I'm just going to go forward. It's a shame, actually. Oh, it's a shame, because this opens up quite nicely. If it wasn't for just that little section of mud. But she's definitely not in the right footwear. Goodness. But yeah, this opens up quite nicely now. Another fence. I'll go up to that fence line in a minute. Definitely lots of poop around. You have to be careful of your feet. From that point of view. What I do like about this place is you can't hear, you're just here in nature, if you know what I mean. Obvious because of where we are. But what I mean is sometimes when you go to these sorts of places, you quite often hear roads that are fairly close. You know, you have like a big sort of road that's just a few hundred yards away and there's cars up and down. And you can always kind of hear background traffic, if that makes sense. But what I like about this, and actually I know actually it's going to end up being a little bit of a video fail, I think. But if we do come back here with some appropriate footwear, to be honest, I mean I've only got these on, so I'm not really in the best of footwear, but if we kind of come back here with appropriate footwear on, we can have a real good explore, because this really is lovely. Actually, I'll just go down to that fence a minute. That gate. Yeah, so obviously you can carry on through there. So I'm not going to go any further today. But yeah, it's going to leave the camera roll for a minute and just hear nature. Although I do hear someone trimming grass. Yeah, this reminds me of the moon of Endor. Kind of picture the scout troopers coming through on their speeder bikes and all the Ewoks everywhere. Luke, I am your father. Even though that was the previous movie, The Empire Strikes Back, I was thinking of Return of the Jedi. Ah, nature. Now I can hear a plane. I wonder if there's anywhere really within the United Kingdom that you could just, you know, there's just like absolute silence in terms of humanness. That was a bit deep. Maybe like in some of the valleys in Wales, or like areas of Snowdonia, and the same obviously like in the Highlands of Scotland and all, perhaps. Yeah. But yeah, this is very nice. Oh, what we could do, we could come back. When we do come back with better footwear, we could come back with a pasty. Consume a pasty here. Yes. It will be done. Oh, there's been an incident. I'm in a bush. My dove. I need you. Come to me. Look at my foot. Oh. We just smell of Cornish bog. Oh. And I think I've twisted my ankle. I'm in a bush. Oh dear. Look at me. Oh, there was something sticking in me. What is this? What is this? Are you now mocking me?
Yes.
Of course. How can I get over here with like a twisted ankle and... Oh. I did it. That was a very uncomfortable experience, my dove. Look at my shoe.
Can you get in my car with shoes like that?
What am I going to do? I'm in the middle, like...
You're just going to have to walk along behind.
What? Oh. We'll come back here.
With sou'westers and wellies on.
Yes. You know, those big, like, yellow boots that men of the sea wear. Or just our welly boots. Don't recommend coming here unprepared and in the rain, because this would be like, oh look, it's that dead bird again.
Ice cream time.
Maybe. Bit of a short video though, isn't it? We've just been looking on the phone, haven't we? And there is a place of interest close by. Can't remember how to pronounce it. We've just looked. Perranzabuloe. Perranzabuloe? These Cornish words. Why have we got our own language down here? Perranzabuloe.
Perranzabuloe?
Perranzabuloe.
I'm
no idea. Perranzabuloe, I reckon. Perranzabuloe. Yeah, anyway, there's a church there.
So we're going to go and have a look.
And we're going to go and have a look, because also did some more checking up. You know, I've been looking at my family tree lately. Edwin Whatty, who was the ferryman at Lelant, who drowned in 1880, which is unfortunate and it makes me sad, he was washed up a month later on Perranzabuloe Beach. Now, he was buried at that church. So I can't guarantee that we're going to find him, But that would be awesome if we could find, I think he would be my third great-grandfather. Let's go. And we just pulled over in the car. If you ever wanted to know what was in Ventingimps, this is it. There's a little bridge here that just goes over this little stream. Don't know what the name of the stream is. There's like the mill, states there, mill barn, Ventingimps. Probably a private residence, I assume. It's a private residence. And then over here, you've got Bridge House, which is very nice. Very, very quiet little hamlet here in the middle of the Cornish countryside. Yeah, nice. Glad we stopped off, even though we had a bit of a video fail at that nature reserve, which ended up with me being in a bush. Okay, made it to the parish church, or Perranzabuloe. What? How do we pronounce it? Perranzabuloe. Perranzabuloe. Anyway, we've arrived at the parish church. It's about a 2-3 minute commute from Ventingimps. So we're gonna head in a little bit of a mooch around, see what we can find. We've covered quite a few of these churches on the channel of late, haven't we? And that is the Newquay Road. I never remember the name of it, but that way would be towards Old Chyverton.
It's the A3075.
The A3705.
No, A3075.
Okay, what she said.
On that side.
Oh yeah, right there, I see it. A375. Anyway, that way's Newquay. That way would be towards Old Chyverton. And if you know the area, you'll know where I mean. So what we have here when you first arrive is the war memorial here. There's a few names of the men of this area that gave their lives in the World Wars. There's a little cutout there of soldiers. We're gonna go around this side. I'm not holding my breath as to... I know Edwin Whatty is buried here. He is buried here, but you know, the likelihood of finding him is not in my favour. I wouldn't have thought... I don't know, we'll see. We'll see if we can find him. Very low down. Maybe this was made for very short people. What a ridiculous little gate. So this one here, so it's obviously an old graveyard. Joseph Tyack here, who departed this life on the 11th day of March, 1810. He's aged 63. Right. Another nice church by the look of it. We'll see if it's open. You never know. They usually are. They are often open. You can sort of go in. I did say, Shelba, that I wasn't obviously holding my breath.
Know where it is.
Unless, well, that's right. We're gonna struggle.
Particularly with...
It is a little bit grown up, isn't it?
It's very peaceful, despite it being right.
I was gonna say, yeah. Despite the main road, there's Newquay. Yeah. Now, I haven't researched this church. I have no idea when it was built. Actually, the door, I think, is open there. Maybe I'll have a little pop inside. But first, I don't know. Let's have a little wander. Let's see if we can find my third great-grandfather. Crikey, this one caught my eye. Thomas Painter of this parish, blah, blah, blah. Died in July 1808, and he was 90 years old. That's quite impressive for the day, isn't it? No luck in that section, but this graveyard is huge. So I'm really not confident that we're gonna find him, if I'm being honest. Like I said, the church is open. you never know, could be someone to ask. But I mean, the likelihood of finding him by just walking around, and the fact that also it wouldn't, you know, it's going to be all overgrown, I expect, like a lot of these places. It's probably not going to be a grave that has particularly been kept up, because the Whatty family came from Mevagizi on the other coast, on the south coast, and I believe moved to Lelant through marriage. So I assume, like the rest of the Whattys or whatever, are down that way. I can only assume that he is in this graveyard, this parish, because he was obviously washed up on Perranzabuloe beach. I don't know how it worked or how it works. I don't know. Perhaps his family didn't have the necessary money to have him brought back home to Lelant, and maybe the parish here gave him a burial. That would be my assumption, but that's only going off of kind of what feels right in my head, if you know what I mean. Like a tomb style one. But yeah, what a shame. Yeah, I think a lot more research would be needed. Perhaps, I mean, you can find out. You can find plot numbers and stuff like that. These look a little bit more modern. These are some dated here to the 1970s, and we're going back to 1880. Don't forget. So we're going back to well over 140 years. But yeah, I can't see anything, which makes me a bit sad, because I know that, like, you know, since researching my family tree, I've always known that there was Norwegian blood in the family, but that was as far as my knowledge went. And actually going a generation before that and finding out that, like, the family name was Whatty, I kind of, you know, it's a funny thing. I don't know if any of you guys have researched your family tree, or I'm quite sort of nostalgic about things like that. To me, I feel that I'm almost like getting to know my long dead ancestors, and it makes me a bit sad. I mean, I'm sure we'll find him. Not today. I'm sure we will find him at some point, but it makes me sad that I'm here in this graveyard, knowing that my third great-grandfather is here somewhere, and that probably no one, like, tends to him other than, you know, keeping the place neat and tidy. Generally speaking, they do let them overgrow a little bit at this time of year for, like, nature, which I completely get. That's a John Wayne then. I thought, I didn't think John Wayne was buried here. James Hoskin. Hoskin, good Cornish name. And I don't know, he might have a very sort of nondescript headstone. You know, in the fact that if and again, I'm only presuming this, that if this parish paid for his funeral because his family didn't have the means to bring him back home to Lelant, he probably hasn't got like an elaborate headstone, because I assume, you know, because that would have cost a lot more money. And I suppose ultimately, as long as the parish has provided a good Christian burial, as it were, maybe they'll argue that, you know, you don't need an elaborate headstone. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not educated on this. This is only kind of like my own thoughts. But yeah, I think the likelihood of finding Edwin Whatty here today is pretty remote. Yeah, another nice parish church. I believe the door was open when we passed by. We'll have a look. Something that caught my eye, just the entrance here. Well, it actually states church open, so that's okay. But this caught my eye. This little face looking at us. And there's a large truck in the background. Right, Shelley's on point. And I don't know what you would call this sort of entranceway, but it's like little foyer thing if you want. Welcome to St. Piran's Church. It does say there, church open. So let's have a little look inside. Well, again, another peaceful church. I think what I always like about churches in a weird way is that they've always been here. But I mean, what I mean by that is that they are like a place of they're a central place in the community, and maybe they're not so much nowadays, but you think like architecturally, and the fact that this building has probably been here for 1,000 years.
This is considered to be the third church of St. Piran.
Oh, right.
Started with his oratory, then there was a second church, and this would have been his third one.
A little bit excessive and greedy. Okay, we're just chatting to a gentleman here, but he didn't work here. He wasn't a part of the church. He was just visiting like we are. A little chat with him for a few minutes. Oh look, this is unique. I've never seen this in a church. You know, I kind of in this, you know, St. John's Church in Penzance. They've got a little kitchen area, but not kind of like this.
They've also got a play area.
But they have got a play. Well, yeah, they've got a huge soft play, haven't they? But but yeah, I've never seen a kitchen right here. It's nice. I think it's highly unlikely as well, again, because he wasn't from this parish.
Oh yeah, I wasn't expecting him to be on a
No, I was going to say, I think it's unlikely that he will be remembered on the wall in here, but okay. I think what we would have to do, as with a number of the ancestors that I kind of want to find, I think we're going to need to look on I don't know, online to see if we can find grave numbers, plot numbers and stuff like that, and maybe at some point come back. This video actually wasn't to be another little edition of my family tree story, was it? It wasn't. It obviously the that nature reserve at Ventingimps didn't quite go to plan, so this is this became a hastily organised backup plan. Got the organ there. I assume that's where it's, yeah, that's where it would be played from. Right. I think...
Let's go and get a drink.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think we should, we'll obviously have to, cut our losses. I didn't think that we would find him in such a huge cemetery, I've got to be honest. But it was worth a little look, just in case he, when I say popped out, I don't mean, you know what I mean? Oh, look, but there's your third great-grandfather. Ah, yes. Anyway, nice bird. What we're going to do, we're going to go to Callestick, aren't we? Yeah. I think you're hankering for some ice cream.
I think I've earned it.
It's a pity as well that there wasn't someone in there to ask, because they might have known who to ask regarding, you know, where to find somebody, but You know, what can you do? It is what it is. So we'll figure it out. We will find Edwin Whatty one day. Right, we made it to Callestick Ice Cream Parlour. Opened there, it states, in 1989. And there, Callestick Farm. You excited for ice cream? Again, people who have followed the channel for a while, ice cream is your primary food group.
Yes.
Are we ice creaming it? Are we? What are we?
I've got a thought.
You got a thought? Okay, what's the thought?
I'm going to get cream tea.
Cream tea.
And a cream tea sundae.
Now we have covered Callestick before. A few people sitting over there enjoying an afternoon tea. Or some ice cream. I don't know, I'm not really looking at what they're eating. But we have covered Callestick before, and I will leave a link in the description if you want to see that video. There's a cow over there. Looks very nice. I wonder if we could have like a water feature like that in our garden.
Maybe.
What do you reckon? Get like a big old rusty tank, fill it with water and like whatever that is. Put the kids in it.
No, I can see them in it.
Oh, you can see the kids in it. Okay. So in addition to the outside seating, you can sit inside if you so wish. And yeah, got their bits and pieces. You got some. What have we got here? Yeah, I was gonna say we ended up buying some of those. Oh, we won a prize. That's right. Yes, I remember that. Yeah. Yeah, champion Cornish ice cream. It is very good ice cream. Right, let's have a look. Oh, it's very blue. Blue bubble gum. Okay, let's make a decision. We placed our order and we've just opted to sit in because there were quite a few people sitting outside. So we thought, well, let's just sit in. Do you want me to sit there beside you and we can hold hands lovingly, or shall I sit opposite you and we can just stare lovingly into each other's eyes?
Up to you.
Okay. Yummy. So here's our cream tea, although I've got a coffee with mine. They're large scones, aren't they?
Large scones. Got little clots of jam.
Yeah, very nice. Raspberry jam and some cream. Excellent. All right. And what else did we order?
I've got a sundae as well. So I
And
am
that's
completely ruled by my
on its way.
eyes, and they have a really good Instagram page, and they were talking about their sundae on Instagram, so I wanted to try it.
All right. Well, let's go for it. And the sundae has just arrived, and it was a cream tea sundae, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
So jam first,
Always.
because you know that's the law.
It is the law.
I myself would put a bit of butter on, and then jam, and then cream.
I was gonna say you're a bit partial to some butter as well, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes. And now to the cream. Yes, this is how to make a cream tea, people of Devon. Jam first.
There you go.
But your theory, though, is that because we have far superior cream in Cornwall,
That's why you put it on top.
we put it on top to
Why
show
would
it
you
off.
hide it?
Why would you hide? Why would you hide such gloriousness in the form of clotted cream?
There we go.
Oh no. There's like a big chunk of jam and goodness that fell on my lap. And we've said this a few times on the channel, haven't we? Since we made it when we made the homemade splits,
Yeah.
which is the traditional Cornish way. So instead of a scone, you have your jam and your cream on a split instead of a scone. And that was delicious, wasn't it? It was less heavy, wasn't it? You could eat more. You could eat more splits. I'm just looking at that ice cream sundae and all.
That's amazing.
Like the jam has just like oozed off of the side of it. I was kind of initially a bit surprised that you ordered that as well. But then again, like we just touched on to, ice cream being your primary food group, You're just going to smash your way through that, aren't you?
We?
I'm not that big on ice cream. I don't mind ice cream, but...
Yeah, but one lick is you sharing, so that's fine.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll have a little lick and then you can have the rest.
Yeah.
All right. Good job. How's your cream tea? That's very AJ-like, wouldn't it? AJ, how are you today? Or like this,
I
normally.
have my mouth full.
This is AJ, isn't it? I hold the camera. So this is AJ. This is typical AJ. Ear up here. And then you'll be like, AJ, how are you? But because he's like a very minimalistic, like, person of movement as such, he won't put that effort in. So he'll just do this. So you ask. So
Okay.
I'm AJ, and
I'm
you
you.
ask how I am.
Hi AJ, how are you?
That's AJ, isn't it? He very much lives in the now, doesn't he?
But
You know,
to be fair, when you've met Matilda, who talks at like 1,000 words a minute, you can see why AJ don't bother.
That's right, yeah. It's quite funny. He very much lives in the now. If he's like watching like a cartoon or something, and you could like say something spectacular, like you're gonna go on a plane and go to California, and he'll be like, "No, I'm watching the cartoon." How is your cream tea sundae?
Delicious.
Is it nice? I had a little bit of it. It's quite nice. And there were two of these. And you had one and you saved this one for me, didn't you? So that's nice. I'll eat that in a second. But yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying that. Milking the cow. So it just has water in it though, not milk.
Oh, yes.
The eye of a cow. States here private property. Obviously the owners of the farm and whatnot. Very nice there, look, they got like a little pond and very nice looking farmhouse, cottage, whatever. Very pleasant. Well, that was very tasty.
It was.
Highly recommend, as always, Callestick Farm. So we are going to leave a video there. I do hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to do all the usual YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, smash the bell. Check us out on all of our socials at the Bright Side. So from us to you, cheers.
And go.
And gone.